Today marks the final planche session of the second mesocycle. I think this provides me with a lot of time to revise, see what worked and what didn't work throughout this block of training. Holistically speaking, I think this mesocycle, which is roughly 4 to 5 weeks of training, was pretty effective. There isn't much I would change in terms of the exercises. Now, in terms of the volume and what I can do with isometrics, I think there is a few things that I do want to play around with. Now, of course, I advocate that if things worked out, if you genuinely saw progression, then there's no need to switch it up. If it responds well, work with it. Now, what I did find was when I had planche leans and pseudo planche push-ups on the same day, which was a kind of, not the best selection of exercises, like sequentially, I found that I was very gassed out. So I was doing all these leans and then I had to add in that isometric static hold alongside a bent arm work. Because the pseudo planche is basically an isometric at the top plus the bent arm. So if I'm doing planche leans before that, then I'm not maximizing the yield out of those exercises. So what I used to do was I would cut the planche leans to 3 sets of 3, and then I'll do pseudo planche push-ups for 3 sets of 3. Initially, I had them at 4 sets of 3 for both of them, but then I dropped out 2 sets, and whether it was intentional or not, or maybe I was just lazy, it still worked out and I responded. In terms of the form for the full planche on the parallettes, I may need to play around with these half lane negatives. I think they've improved a tiny bit, but not as much as I would have liked through this whole block. I might start adding resistance band holds on parallettes. We'll see. I've got a bit of time to revise, but overall, I think this was a successful block. So that's basically it, and I'll finish it off here.